The last time that we studied was that was position vector. What was position vector? Position vector was a vector that starts from the origin. All right, so let's look at the example, the position vectors of P and Q. So when you see that position vectors of P and Q, that means that we are talking about OP. Do not forget to put the arrow and the OQ. So we follow the line. So what is OP? It's given here I plus 6j, and minus 2k. And what is OQ? 7i plus 5j minus 4k. All right, so what is the next question? Show that triangle OPQ is an isosceles triangle. Basically, if I want to sketch this as a draft, if I want to sketch this triangle, how we will sketch this triangle? If it's three-dimensional, you cannot place it on the coordinate graph. So I will just imagine, let's say that this is the origin. So this is P, right? And then say that this is Q. So OP and OQ is given. To complete the triangle, you can draw either P or PQ direction or QP direction. It doesn't really matter. So we have three vectors here. We have OP, we have OQ, and we have PQ. And the question is, proof that it's an isosceles triangle. How do we prove that this triangle is isosceles triangle? We have to prove that the two sides are equal in length. What is isosceles? Two angles and two sides are equal in length. So let's see. Instead of finding the angles, let's find the length. We can find what is the length of the vector means magnitude of the vector. So all right, we can find magnitude of OP, we can find magnitude of OQ, then we have to find PQ also, because this is the other side of the triangle. It is the other side of the triangle. So how do we find PQ here? Since it starts with P, I need to use these two. I need to use these two. So that's going to be PO plus OQ. Remember that? So PO plus OQ, what is the resultant vector here? OO is the same, PQ. So what is PO? PO and OP are, what is it? They are opposite vectors. So I will multiply OP with negative I plus 6j minus 2k. So plus, what is OQ? 7i plus 5j minus 2k. No, not minus 2k, minus 4k. So if you continue that here, what happens? So what's the result here? If I multiply with negative I, negative 6j, and negative is positive 2k. And then what do we have? Plus 7i. This board is no good. Plus 5j minus 4k. We touched it, so we cannot write it anymore. Negative I, 7i, that makes 6i. And then negative 6j, 5j, that makes negative j. That makes negative j. And 2k minus 4k, that makes negative 2k. All right, so what is this vector? This vector is vector PQ. So now I will find the magnitude of the vectors. How do we find magnitude of OP? Vector OP. So that's going to be square root of 1 square plus 6 square plus negative 2 square. So that makes negative 2 square is 4, 36, 40, 41, root 41. Okay, so what is magnitude of OQ? Let's find magnitude of OQ. So that is equal to square root of 7 square. Remember how we find magnitude? 5 square plus negative 2 square. So that makes 49, 64, 468, root 68. And then what is the magnitude of PQ? The last PQ, that will be equal to square root of, so this is going to be here 6 squared plus, that makes negative 1 squared plus, that makes negative 2 squared, negative 2 squared. So altogether it makes 36, 37 plus 41, root 41. So we have root 41 here, and we have root 41 here. That means that, okay, if you write them on the triangle here, OP is root 41, the magnitude of OP. And what is magnitude of OQ here? Magnitude of OQ we find root 68. And then what is magnitude of PQ? That's also root 41. So that makes root 41 makes this triangle isosceles triangle. All right, let's move on. The next question. Let's move on to the next question. But before that, we got to move on. All right. So, yes. Let's go to question number 2 now. Parallel vectors. This is something that we will just learn, something new for you. What is parallel vectors? Just look at the definition here. If AB is parallel to vector CD, that means that AB is equal to K times CD. What does that mean? It means that if you multiply one of the vectors with a constant number, you will get the other vector. So let's look at the example here. If A is, let's rewrite it again. Vector A is equal to 2i plus j minus 3k. All right, what is vector B? Vector B is equal to 4i plus 2j minus 6k. So then these two parallel are, these two vectors are parallel or not. If you look at both vectors here, you will see that vector B is 2 times vector A. Is that right? If I multiply A by 2, I will get vector B. So I am multiplying A by 2, 2 times 2i, that makes 4i, 2 times j, that makes 2j, negative 3k times 2, that makes negative 6k. So we can write that vector B is equal to 2 times vector A. What does that mean? After writing this, you will say that vector B is parallel to vector A. So that is here is the main rule for parallel vectors. Okay, then after that, let's look at this question here. There's a question here. What is that question? Let's see. Can I move this up a bit up? Not here. No. All right, anyway. Let's see how much time we have. We have still 10 minutes to go. Good. All right. Now, PQRS have the position vectors, negative 4i, negative 2j. So when they say position vector, then what will I write? OP is equal to position vector, negative 4i. It is given negative 2j. Fine. Then OQ, another position vector, it's given. So what is that? It's written here, negative 2i plus j. All right, another is OR. position vector. So that is also given 2I minus j. And another vector OS position vector. So that's also given here, negative 6I plus 5j. Okay, respectively show that PQ is parallel to RS. PQ is parallel to RS. Do I have PQ here? I don't have any PQ, but I can form PQ. How will I form PQ? PQ is equal to PQ is equal to, what will I write? It starts with P, so we have only OP here. Then we will write PO plus what? OQ, right? And so what is PO? PO is opposite of OP. So I will write negative OP, negative 4I, negative 2J. And then what is OQ? Let's see OQ, negative 2I plus J. So negative is 4I, negative is plus 2J, negative 2I plus J. So that makes 4I negative 2I, that makes 2I, 2J plus J, that makes 3J. So what is this vector? This vector is vector PQ. All right, let's find vector RS. We don't know what vector RS is. Let's change the color here. So where do we find RS? Let's find it here. So RS will be equal to, what do I have in my hand? I have OR and OS. So it starts with R, then OR. So I will write RO because my vectors start with R. So RO, opposite of OR, plus OS. So what is RO? Opposite of OR. So I will write negative 2I minus J plus, what is OS? It is given already, negative 6I plus 5J. So that makes negative 2I plus J, negative 2I plus J, negative 6I plus 5J. So if we put them together, negative 2I, negative 6I, that makes negative 8I, J plus 6J, 5J, that makes plus 6J. So this is one vector, and where is the other vector? This is the other vector. So is there any connection between these two vectors? Ayo, where did we make a mistake? There is a mistake here. There is a mistake here. Where did we make a mistake? It's supposed to be negative 6J. Are they parallel? Oh, they are not parallel. Are they parallel? Have position vectors especially show that PQ is parallel to R. Did we make any mistake? Let's check it out. OP is negative 4I, negative 2J. OQ is negative 2I plus J. OR is 2I minus J. Let's see. Yes. And the OS is negative 6I plus 5J. Oh, this is correct. So PQ is equal to PO opposite, that makes correct. OQ is negative 2I plus J, so that makes 2I plus 3J, that's correct. And we look at here, RS is, where is RS? RS means RO plus OS, so that is negative OR plus OS, yes, we write it correct. So that makes plus J, negative 6I plus J, so that makes negative 8I plus 6J. Okay, so yes, we didn't make any mistake. It means that your textbook is playing with us. So if you look at negative 6I, negative 8I plus 6J, if you compare these two vectors, 2I plus 3J, can I say that the second vector is negative 4 times the second vector? No, when you multiply with negative 4, that makes negative 8I, and so negative 4 times 3. So no, it is not. It is absolutely not. So we cannot really connect these two vectors, can we? No, we cannot connect these two vectors. So it means that these two vectors are not, what is it? These two vectors are not parallel vectors. They are not parallel because if you multiply any vector like this vector by any number, you cannot get the first vector. You can't. So there is something, they said that in the question, show that PQ are parallel to RS. PQ is not parallel to RS at all. All right, we move to next question. We have 1 more minute to go. So what is the next question here? What's the next question here? Scalar product and finding angle of two angle between two vectors. All right, let's see it. P is equal to I plus 3j minus k. All right, I'm not sure you can see those values. P is I plus 3j. Let's rewrite it again, minus k. All right, Q is 3i minus j plus 2k. Yes. All right, so the question is find scalar product. The first question is what is P times Q? How we will find scalar product? We will multiply, let's rewrite the 3j minus k, multiply 3i minus j plus 2k. All right, it's already 20 minutes. I will leave it here. The next 20 minutes, we will attend this question. But now, you please unmute yourself, and if you have any questions, ask me. Not yet. Yes, unmute yourself, people. If you have any questions, ask me.
Mister.
Yes.
What page in the textbook are those questions in?
You look at the textbook is not with me at the moment, but you can find them easily. Look at the vectors section. It's one of those unit questions. Anything else?
What's pop?
All right, you tell
Jamal.
me. Just to summary, you tell me 2i minus j, 6i minus 3j. Are these two vectors parallel or not?
It is true.
Yes, they are.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm clueless.
Why yes?
Not there, guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
How are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Multiply by 3.
Yeah, multiply by 3, yeah.
By 3.
Yeah, when you multiply
Multiply by
this
3.
vector by 3,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
get the second vector,
3.
isn't it?
Yeah.
This
Yes.
it is parallel. You can
Wait, so
also find it easily. Look at the same components and write the ratio. 6 over 2 must be equal to negative 3 over negative 1. Is it equal? Yes, it is. It means that they are parallel.